Schools around the country see many students in and out every year, but not many of them are one-room schoolhouses. The residents of Leawood, Kansas have one such school, and though it is no longer in use, residents are still proud of its history and the distinction of one of the oldest schools in Kansas. Oxford Schoolhouse opened in 1877 in a very precarious time. Oxford Township, which has now become parts of various different cities, had a history of its own. When the United States government was adding free and slave states to the Union as part of the Missouri Compromise, Kansas wished to be accepted as a free state. Each township was given the right to vote to decide its fate. Fearing this would tip the balance of power in the direction of the free states, Missourians crossed the border into Kansas, voting illegally to keep Oxford Township and the rest of Kansas a slave. From its position on 135th Street and Mission Road, it is easy to see why tensions did not lessen for the students of Oxford Schoolhouse. They lived with the aftermath, having been open not 18 years after the event. Students attended Oxford Schoolhouse from 1877 to 1955, mostly poor, coming from the rural areas surrounding the school. Many teachers were male, though some were female, widowers, unmarried, or in the case of the 1940s, the women who stepped up to fill the void of men gone to war. Manners were key in a school such as this. A student must first raise his hand, stand, and wait to be addressed before saying anything to the rest of the class. The bell outside was rung to bring children inside, and the water pumps and a wood-burning stove gave the students and teacher water and heat. In 1917, Oxford Schoolhouse joined the ranks of Johnson County schools. It is important to remember that though the world began to modernize, Leawood and the Oxford Schoolhouse were still considered rural, and the community would have seen nothing amiss with the one-room schoolhouse education. As the world got bigger, the conditions for the school became less comfortable and concerning. As developments sprang up around the area of 135th and Mission, the schoolhouse remained, falling apart and in disuse, aside from the occasional worship group. In 2003, the town of Leawood decided to move Oxford Schoolhouse intact to another location in Ironwoods Park to be restored and protected. It was a community-wide effort, with the community leaders, residents, their children, and even a few former students pitching in. March 1, 2003, it was moved to its new home. Today, the school is renovated, lighting and heating, but still remains much as it would have been when it was in use, thanks to the tireless efforts of many volunteers. Members of the community pitched in to help restore the building, even donating items to help complete the restoration, like the writing desk my mother gave to the effort. Pieces of the old brickwork are left untouched and showcased, as well as the old school sign that had been removed due to extensive weathering and old age. Docents and volunteers in costume give talks, open houses, and assist with the field trips to keep the memory of this wonderful school alive. Though there are no longer regular classes held in this building, and the bell does not toll to the surrounding fields calling the children in, it does have its pupils. The people who chose to wander in, who lived near it, myself, and even you, all hear a different message within these walls. Every day, Oxford Schoolhouse stands as a monument to education in early Kansas history, and stands as a portal to the past. It is a symbol of hope, of education, of community, and of the value we all must place on bettering those around us, even when the tools are few.